The string instrument, in essence, is an individual. While listening to my own high school's orchestra class or a solo performer, I observe that each violin, viola, and cello alike is its own voice, shaped by the wood of its body and its bow and the character of its master, whose own features are translated through natural materials that ebb and flow to the sway of his emotions. There is beauty in this individuality. Like the violin, I am an individual entity. I wear my perspectives, religion, opinions, background, personality upon my arms like a tattoo, ingrained and permanent and enduring. When I speak, my words pass through the invisible screen of each condition that shapes my identity, and when external input is thrust upon me, it must navigate my wall of consciousness and slip through the screen. Using the color of my unique perception and my internal interpretation of my environment, I construct creative ideas that can only be released through the intricacies of my stream of consciousness. Yet in observing the conflicts and trials in my surrounding environment, I cannot help but notice that the root of my misunderstandings with others, the conflicts I observe on the scale of my school community to a greater global context, and the difficulties people have worldwide in understanding the perspectives of others' ideas, are rooted in the same filters that create this individuality. When we cannot permeate the membrane of another individual, the hope of translating our own ideas is lost. In this society where individuality is celebrated above all else, is it truly fair to say that it's the most valuable quality when it is also the root of many fundamental conflicts around the globe? The translator's note in Dante's Inferno states, "When the violin repeats what the piano has just played, it cannot make the same sounds, and it can only approximate the same chords. It can, however, make recognizably the same music, the same air. But it can only do so when it is as faithful to the self-logic of the violin as it is to the self-logic of the piano." In this situation, the violin, like the individual, is biased by both the restrictions of its tone instilled by its creator and the nature of the experiences that have previously influenced its player. Yet when transcending the boundaries of its box, its screen, it is able to understand and communicate the essence of another, radically divergent individual. The allure of the violin becomes at once more compelling when it can translate the music of another into its own melody, and even more powerful when it can join with the chorus of others. The goal of effective communication is not to erase the boundaries of one's own box, but to transcend these boundaries and make contributions communicable through the walls of others. I am learning to transcend this boundary and hope to continue the process with the arsenal of incredible individuals, each with their own unique yet permeable filter of perception at Tulane University, where I hope to learn to transpose and not translate the wisdom of others.